Lara Logan was sexually assaulted in Egypt while covering the protests there for CBS. This actually happened on Friday, February 11th. And if you're wondering why it's not becoming news until now, it may be because CBS had no intent of going public with this story. And actually, CBS only decided to go public with the story once it became clear other news outlets were going public with it. She was in Tahrir Square, and she was surrounded by some individuals. It was a mob of more than 200 people. She was separated from her crew, and she was surrounded. She suffered brutal and sustained sexual assault and beating. I mean, this is a scary story. She was actually saved by a group of women and an estimated 20 Egyptian soldiers. She reconnected with her CBS team. She got back to her hotel and was flown back to the U.S. Not reported. We'll get into how different media outlets have been covering it. Not reported by CBS, but by other media outlets, was that the people attacking her were reportedly yelling Jew, Jew, Jew during the attack. Okay, CBS didn't report that. And again, CBS allegedly only went public with this once it became clear that other media outlets were onto it. Now, Logan she left the hospital already. She received a call from the president. Nir Rosen, who is a journalist from NYU, an NYU fellow as well, he made some comments saying, hey, Anderson Cooper deserved the same thing. Then it turned out that he actually didn't know she was assaulted, even though he tweeted a link to an article saying she was sexually assaulted. He's been apologizing. Jim Hoft, a.k.a. the Gateway Pundit, I don't even know who this is, but I guess he has a long history with Lara Logan. He called her a whore in 2008. He said, Lara Logan is lucky she's alive. Her liberal belief system almost got her killed on Friday. So Lara Logan's alleged liberal beliefs are why she was sexually assaulted. That makes sense.
While reporting something.
Right. Now, some women journalists, like WGBH's Callie Crossley, said CBS should not even have reported the story because essentially Lara Logan should have been treated like a rape victim in the U.S. Privacy protected, name not given. I disagree with that. I believe that the sexual assault of a woman who is a well-known woman, I mean, a public figure in many senses, in the middle of a public square is a story. And a lot of the story comes from the fact that the crowd in Tahrir Square was basically characterized as friendly, only out for democracy, a happy crowd, basically equated to, I don't know, the Times Square New York City crowd on New Year's Eve. But the reality is that that's not the case. There were violent elements there, as we see from this, and there are other stories which are being underreported. The other thing I have a question about, and let's put the pictures up, is that the picture of Lara Logan just minutes before this assault, surrounded by individuals in Tahrir Square, we can see their faces. We can see the faces of the individuals who allegedly were involved in this attack. And CNN decided to blur their faces. And I don't know if this is to protect those individuals or whether it is to avoid incriminating them. I don't get the logic. Why do you think, Lewis, that CNN during the Anderson Cooper broadcast blurred the faces of everyone but the victim in this story?
I think I remember seeing that same shot, except the faces were not blurred. I was watching it on CNN, and I don't remember the faces being blurred. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Well, no, they ran the picture several times, specifically during the Anderson Cooper broadcast.
Yeah. Why, I really have no idea. I mean, even if they did show the faces of these people in the middle of the square, they're just a bunch of random people in a huge city in Egypt. I mean, how can...
Well, I can understand if the idea is that it is being said that these are the people who are accused of assaulting Lara Logan, but that has not been proven. Maybe it makes sense not to show their faces. But it was just weird to me because Lara Logan is the victim here, and she certainly is not, her privacy is not being protected. And again, I believe that this is a story worth talking about.
It was probably just CNN covering their butts. And by showing the picture, if they had the faces displayed clearly, it would be as if they were saying these are the people who did it.
And that has not been proven
yet.
Right. I don't know. In any event, we're going to keep on the story. I think that the biggest things going on here are, number one, that I get the sense, for all of the good that has happened in Egypt, that stories about violence in the crowd are in a way being covered. covered up, that is. And why, I don't know. Maybe news outlets don't want the narrative that it is just a happy, frenzied crowd, as opposed to a sometimes violent crowd, to come out. And that I think that would be wrong. Today on the bonus show, as I mentioned earlier, I will be revealing a scam that I was involved in. I am embarrassed about it. I hope it does not change our audience opinion of me. I was only 12 years old. I did not know what I was doing. I'm going to tell the entire story now that I've been given clearance that the statute of limitations has expired. We'll also talk about a number of different things. We're going to be talking about new information about an Apple supplier. That sweatshop would be an understatement. We'll also talk about the computer winning Jeopardy. Also a lot of your emails. So make sure davidpakman.com/membership and also davidpakman.com/studio. Special offer going on. We'll be back after this. Thanks for listening.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.